it should be. This...
Yeah, that way.
It's that way.
We're streaming right now.
So weird. Yeah, we're streaming right now. Am I too dark?
You know what I need.
What?
Like, am I too dark?
Oh, bro,
No, you're
calm
fine,
down.
bro.
Listen,
What the
I've been in the
heck,
sun a lot.
bro?
Okay.
Come on, dude.
I can't believe you said that.
I gotta use the bathroom.
Really?
No, I'm kidding. I'm just
Oh,
closing the
I was
door.
like, what? Oh yeah, we are live on YouTube right now.
so-
and make sure we're on Twitch as well. Oh,
You gotta mute your thing. Can you hand
yep,
me
yep,
that?
yep.
Can you hand me that case right there behind you, Yendi?
This one.
Yeah, that very special one.
All right, here you go.
Because we gotta.
Are we doing that now? I thought we were doing that like.
Yeah,
We're
we're gonna do
doing
a
that.
short. We're gonna do
Yeah.
a short.
Yeah.
We're doing a short live or what?
No, later.
Oh, later.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Well, looks like we're live.
Hey.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the LPF show. Today is Tuesday, which, by the way, fun fact, it's always Tuesday when LPF does its show. We're doing episode number 57 today. Big 5-7, gentlemen. Today we are live again. As you can see, this is the second show now. We are trying to do this monthly. So far, we're on a good streak here with 2. Is my mic cutting in and out?
No.
Am I peaking?
You're good. You're good.
Oh,
I
okay,
forgot to
okay.
hit the record button on this, but
Oh, there we go.
We're
All
good.
right. Yeah, just, typical sound guy forgetting his
yeah.
stuff. But yes, we are live, episode 57. Welcome. Second live show. We're trying to do one every month, probably around the same time. So yeah, welcome once again. Today we have, as usual, our 2 co-hosts, Mr. Alan Street Victory over here.
That's me.
Alan, sir, how have you been? Tell the people.
I'm good. It's good to have a live show again with you guys. Also because I'm addicted to the way we sound when we are live. So for you guys don't know, most of us have worked entertainment, and when we notice a lot of those differences where sound and all that stuff. But it's good that we got this to all work out. I've been good. I've been playing some games. I just started a new game called Chinatown Detective Agency, which is made by Humble Games.
Is that on Game Pass?
It is, of course, it's
Okay,
on Game Pass.
I saw that.
And then you can hit 1 for the Game Pass meter that we just that we did. That
You
we
should have a
just.
sound effect for
I
it.
know, right? I'm gonna have that like the but it's really good though. It's pretty much like agency. Sounds exactly what it is. You're a detective, and the game makes you want to do a lot of things where like you have to manually do it. So like when you have to search the web, they actually want you to search the web from like your computer. So yeah, so it's not like one of those where it has like its own web browser, but like they give you like little clues. Like one of the first clues is a book. It's like a passage from a book, and then they're like, "Hey, we want you to like figure out who wrote this, so that you can then look into the library to find the author who wrote it." It's really cool. It's got me intrigued. I can't imagine it's that long of a game, but it's only like a 2 gig download. But it has old school 8-bit graphics. Some good voice actors and stuff like that. I've been really playing it like because it's a game that you don't necessarily need the sound on because it has all the writings and stuff like that. But yeah, and then I've been playing some Elden Ring here and there. Still, dying, still enjoying myself.
Not streaming it.
Yeah, that's true.
That's true. I haven't seen you stream in a long
Yes,
time.
I
Actually.
do need to get back on that. But don't shame me. The shaming is for Yendi. So, but yeah, besides that, I need to go watch some movies, which I, been slacking on.
Yeah.
I haven't watched anything that's come out. Like I haven't watched Sonic yet, which is a shame.
What have you been doing, man?
I just not watching movies.
It's just an
Unfortunately.
awkward. It's to
so
me,
weird.
it feels like an awkward.
It's
time.
also, what it
Everything's
is.
happening at once, and it's kind of
That, and I also just like, I think it's because I just did the Oscar dump, and like I just watched all those movies.
Yeah, so you're
And
like,
I'm like, I just did like 20 movies in the year, and I'm kind of like, I need like a little bit of recharge. But I heard there's some really good stuff out there, so I'm definitely gonna treat myself to a all dayer, I like to call it, where I just go to the movies and watch movies all day.
Nice,
So,
nice,
I think that's what's next in store for me.
nice. All right. What about you, Chris? Mr. Chris Rodriguez over here. What
Yeah,
have you been watching, playing?
Watching. What have I been watching? Moon Knight and Halo. Like
Obviously.
we're keeping up with the shows. There's some anime that I keep saying I gotta watch anime, and I think tonight's the night I'm gonna download Crunchyroll.
No. That's not what you said, because tonight you said you're watching Batman,
I am watching Batman.
which is 3 hours.
You're right. I gotta watch it.
It is.
Yeah,
3 hours worth every.
Wait.
penny.
You're talking about the one in theaters right now?
Well,
it's on HBO now.
HBO now.
Oh,
Today's the first day of
Actually,
HBO.
my shirt.
Well then,
Yeah.
Oh yeah, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I do got to watch that, but there's a lot I got to watch. But I've been playing Chrono Cross, and have been really enjoying the game. Not big on the battle system, but I was never big on turn-based RPG.
I love
But it's
turn-based.
the story is keeping me there, so I'm having fun with it. And then also I've been playing the Lego Star Wars Batman or Lego Star Wars Saga.
Yes.
Yes,
That looks like a lot of fun.
Yeah.
It is.
My boy
Yeah.
Chase says
It's
that's
super
game of the
cool.
year for him.
dude.
Really.
And he hasn't even played it. He's just been
The
looking
amount
at
of
it.
characters that you can get
Yeah.
in this.
He showed me a picture today of Vader like doing a dance and stuff like that.
Oh,
I've always been intrigued by Lego games, especially
They're
the like,
great.
movie tie-ins. The Indiana Jones one. I haven't played that yet.
They're great.
they
but
should
it
remake that
looks
one,
like-
to be honest,
Like pure fun, like essence.
dude.
Like
It's just like, and then if you already know the story, it's just like quick, like spark notes of the
Yeah.
story. They don't do the whole thing. There's just like this happened, like episode or so, Phantom Menace, right? It's funny because you don't know that, like, you know, in the movies and stuff like that, you didn't know Palpatine was, you know, the Sith Lord in the beginning.
Spoilers.
Well, I'm just saying. Anyway, but like the opening scene in the Lego Star Wars one is like Qui-Gon's flying in, and you enter the ship of I forgot the two guys' names.
Randall.
No, you know
That's
what I'm
not
talking about, the Emperor guys, the Trade Federation guys.
Mm-hmm.
So you see them, and they like put him up on screen, and you see Palpatine there in the robe and everything, and they're like, and he's like trying to hide his face, and they're like trying to close the video. And then also what I found out is each character that you have on the screen interacts with others differently. So the darkest one that I've had so far is that I had little Anakin, kid Anakin, and Darth Vader on the same screen, and Anakin goes, "Oh, cool, or cool suit, I want one." And then Vader goes, "Patience, young one." And I'm like,
Oh.
"What?"
Oh
So-
shoot.
Yeah, so
That's cool.
there's a whole bunch of different things that you can do there. And apparently they have cool throwbacks. There was one scary scene or not scary, but it was creepy. There was an old like C-3PO unit, and it like stares at you from a corner, and you hear like horror music like that, and then you follow it into like this lair, and it's crawling through.
Oh,
What?
hell
And you're
no.
like, yeah, it's a creepy thing, but I guess it's a throwback to
Yeah.
another, like an old, like maybe
Yeah.
in the books or something.
Mhm.
There's a weird robot that goes.
Yeah.
So,
Crazy.
What are you playing it on?
I'm playing on Xbox.
Xbox. That
Yeah,
seems
yeah,
like a good
Series
Switch
S.
game.
Yeah.
Switch
It-
or
That's what I
Steam
thought,
Deck.
but I wanted it like I don't know. I just wanted the frames, all that stuff. So it's in my bedroom right now. Like that's my
It's
I
the-
finally decided to set up the TV or like set up my console in the bedroom because it's like my nice
It's
little
such a nice
game at night.
portable little console too.
Mhm.
The Series S is just like you can be like, oh, I'm gonna take this here and then just move it.
At first, I was gonna get it on my Steam Deck, and then it doesn't support, or Steam is working on getting support for that game. So I was just like, oh,
It'll get
I
it.
Yeah.
say a warm welcome to Black Magic, who's watching us over on YouTube.
Yeah.
It's like what do we switch over to YouTube now?
no, he switches back and forth.
Does he? Okay,
Yeah,
okay. Well,
yeah.
welcome, sir. It's gonna be
He's trying to get that
controversial.
viewership up on YouTube.
Yeah,
Hope you
nice.
appreciate it.
Okay.
Yeah,
And what did you say? What you were watching? Have you been watching anything or?
Yeah, just Moon Knight, which
Knight,
me and
alright,
Bree
that's
love, and Halo, which
If you guys want to hear our opinion, go watch the latest
Yes.
episodes.
Which, yeah, we'll get to that. So before I get into what I've been doing, let's go ahead and run through what we're gonna be talking about today. First up is Crazy Taxi and Jet Set Radio Future. Apparently have some huge remakes coming up from Sega, and that's going to be super exciting. I love both of those games. Yes, I cannot wait. Next up, Amy Hennig is leading up a new Star Wars game, and not the one that she was working on that got canceled. And then possibly we may be getting a Portal 3, according to one of the developers who said he's getting old, so we might as well do it now, right? We'll get into that. And then we'll get into some housekeeping real quick. Make sure you check out our YouTube channel over at YouTube, LPF. Just search for LPF. Eventually, once we get to, I think it's,
no, we're there. We're there.
what?
The URL,
Yeah?
we can do that.
We can do that
Really?
now?
That's
Yes,
100?
it's 100.
I thought, it
I
was,
thought you
it
guys
was-
knew that. I was
I thought it
wondering why.
1,000.
No, it's 100.
That's what I thought it
It's
was.
TikTok.
We will set that
All right,
up.
we're gonna
so
set that up.
we can
Make it
easy.
easier.
Yes. Oh, I'll do that. I'll do that tonight. Good to know. I have to
Yeah.
change everything I did design then. So make sure you check us out there. These two gentlemen have been killing it with the LPF debrief. Currently up right now is the Halo episode 4. LPF debrief, and as well as the
Moon Knight.
Moon Knight. I put Moon. Moon Knight episode 3. So go check those out. Watch them. Leave a comment. Leave a like.
Yeah.
Support us. You know.
Let
Even
us
if
know what you guys think about those episodes, because I know some people are watching those. So
even if you just let it play on in the background, just let the view go. You know.
yeah.
Give us that support. It's
Mhm.
that easy. We don't have a giveaway, but I did get a lot of stuff sent in recently, so I'm gonna have to do quite a few giveaways
We should
probably.
do like some Easter eggs things, like
From our future
if
sponsor.
you comment on this, you randomly win something.
I have a good idea, and only people who watch will be able to get in on it. Like it'll be something hidden in the room next
Ooh,
time we do it live. I have an idea,
that's
and
nice.
I won't even tell these guys, but whoever watches, maybe you can catch it and win something real cool.
That'd be awesome.
And then as always, if you do want to be a guest on our show, it doesn't matter if you don't know us. If you want to be a guest on our show and you are really passionate about some of the topics we talk about or have a really strong opinion on something, contact us. We're on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, pretty much everywhere.
Yeah.
Contact one of us, and maybe we can get you on here to talk games, because that's what we all love, right? That's what we're here for.
Yep. Games, movies, we don't care.
Yep.
TV shows.
Yeah.
It's hot in the room, so I thought I'd
Now,
give it some air.
as for me, I've been watching The Last Man on Earth on Hulu, and it's just something I picked up randomly because we ran out of Modern Family, which I'm still sad about. We're very, very sad we're done with that. I haven't really watched any other movies. And as far as games, I don't know if you guys have seen my history.
What?
I actually got like hardcore hooked onto State of Decay 2
What?
again.
Dude,
Yes.
I played that. So, if Seaport's in the, let me tell you, Seaport, if he's in the chat, this dude, literally, he has played State of Decay on the hardest difficulty
Yeah.
possible and has beaten it. So,
I played the first one with Charles and Ryan a long time ago, and it was a lot of fun. We just stopped because something else bigger came out, and we transitioned
shifted
to that.
over.
But all of a sudden, recently, I got this urge to play a zombie game. I'm like, oh shoot, State of Decay was a good experience. Let me try out the second one.
What are you playing it on?
Just standard.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I'm saying, where did you what
PC. Yeah, I don't have a console.
But do you have it on? Is it Game Pass or?
I did. Yes, Game Pass. But anyways, I started playing it, and right away, man, the world, the atmosphere, it's everything I wanted. The building, the community aspect, and then I got Ryan to jump on with me. He's addicted as well.
I mean,
I've never played
He
this
stayed
game.
up till
You
3
never played
a.m.
State of Decay? It's so
Never
good.
played it.
He stayed up to 3 a.m. playing. I told him, hey, download this. It'll be a great co-op game. The only downside that I don't care for, if you do play co-op, all the story only progresses for one person.
Yeah.
So if you join me, you'll still get loot and all that when you go back to your world, but your story won't progress, or just
Yeah.
mine.
And it's funny because I feel like that's just a zombie game thing, because Dying Light 2 is the same way.
Really?
Like, you have to do, even if you jump into someone else's game, you have to do their story portion, and it doesn't progress for you when you go back into your world.
Yeah, that's the only
And I
thing I
think
don't
that's
like,
terrible.
and I wish if there is going to be State of Decay 3 that
There is going to be.
there were I'm hoping that there's the possibility of like you building your own community and playing against other players. So PvP. That would be badass.
Yeah, it
if
would.
you're like out in the wasteland and trying to survive and get
There would have to be a mode for it, but or have two separate servers kind of thing. That'd be cool.
yeah, but yeah, that's literally all I've been thinking about since I downloaded it and played it. I've probably put more hours into that than most of my Steam library right now.
Oh,
Yeah, it's
good. I've
It's
played it too. I really enjoyed it. I think I stopped playing State of Decay 2 because something else came out,
yeah.
and then I was like, but I remember the day it got on Game Pass, I was like, I can finally play this game. They dropped all the DLC on it.
Uh-huh.
Like, you can play. It's like fully accessible for the whole game right now. So and I know, like I said, Seaport he plays that game a lot, and he played it a lot, and he was saying that they're still updating it like constantly.
Yeah.
Like, I think the latest update for it was like maybe been like a month or two ago.
Probably,
Like-
yeah, I think I heard of something
Yeah.
like that. But
So-
highly recommend it if you're looking for the chill game to where you can see progress and just have fun with a friend if you want to, or do it all by yourself. I had a lot of fun just playing the game by myself for hours until I realized that it's on Game Pass, and I told Ryan to download it. But yes, that's what I've been on, and I haven't really touched any other game since. Oh, I did download Lake.
Lake.
Have you guys heard of that one? you play as it's very simple, very relaxed game where you play as a postal woman, postal
Okay.
woman, whatever. And you just deliver mail in this pretty town by a lake, and it's just supposed to be this chill experience where there's no like actual real objective. There's no like scary stuff or any twists and turns. It's just, but it's gotten a lot of great reviews and just feedback from
That's
everybody.
crazy because you feel like something in that type of game is gonna happen,
And
I feel like I would have that nervousness of like walking around, I'm delivering mail, and then someone's like something happens. So
Yep.
but I'm down. I'll check it out. Is it Game Pass? Or?
Game Pass. Yeah, I just downloaded it. I'm just
Pass
waiting.
me the remote behind you.
I'm just waiting to get home to play it tonight, maybe after some State of Decay 2. But what are you playing here? iPhone.
It was supposed to be,
State of Decay.
yeah, but also,
What is this ad stuff here?
I know,
Yeah.
I know.
What is this?
Oh no! Oh,
Oh
no!
my
Oh
God.
no, Windows 11 for streamers.
Oh, God.
Oh
No,
my
Oh
god.
God! All right.
Anyways.
Actually, can you pass me one last thing? Can you pass me the little black remote right there?
Oh my god. What are we
Yeah.
doing?
So
here?
while we do that, let's go ahead and move
What are
on.
we running over
Um,
here?
It's supposed to be Lake. It was the trailer for Lake,
Like, yeah.
and it didn't do it.
What
No,
happened?
you
figured
got it. Let's see if you can get
Let's
it
make
here.
sure we get it.
Can they see it?
Yeah, they can see it.
Able to see it. By they?
There's no audio, right?
No.
No. Oh, there we go.
It
Yep.
looks very pretty though.
It is.
Yeah.
It's very pretty. It's like a game you play just to relax and just, after a hard day's work, you just come home and
So for a hard day's work, you go back to work.
yeah, you postal service worker.
It's kind of like another game that I was looking at whenever I was waiting for Cyberpunk to come out.
See, I'm a
There was a
big
game
fan of-
called like Cloudpunk
Mhm.
or something like that, and it was kind of the same thing. You were a delivery guy, but in a Cyberpunk-esque world.
I'm a big fan of how these games look, though. Like, I love
Yeah.
the aesthetics of games like
Me
this.
too. Just looking at it, very
Yeah.
relaxing, very pretty. See, I like games like this. It's just when I first saw it, I'm like, I was like, it looks weird, looks kind of janky.
Yeah.
But then I looked it up and people were just praising it. I'm like, okay, I guess I'll take it. I'll give it a shot since it's
Some
free.
people's
Anyways.
dream job to be able to.
Yeah, apparently you
delivering
make
stuff.
you create relationships. Your job is to deliver mail, as you can see
Dude,
here.
it looks smooth.
I know. Yep.
And then the aliens come, and then it becomes destroy all
You
humans.
expect something to happen. It kind of reminds me and gives me a little bit of Firewatch vibes.
Mhm.
A little bit. Maybe the art style, or I don't know what it is. But
That
yeah,
looks good.
I'll let you guys know how that goes. I'll play it tonight or tomorrow. And so
Stream it.
let's go ahead and move on to our first story. And this is concerning Crazy Taxi and Jet Set Radio Future are reportedly getting a big budget reboot. This is from Matt Purslow over at IGN.com. Sega is reportedly working on big budget reboots for Crazy Taxi and Jet Set Radio Future. Jet Set Radio, not Future. Big distinction there. With the intention of creating new installments that generate recurring revenue and online communities. According to a report from Bloomberg, the reboots are part of Sega's Super Game Initiative, which aims to create games with large communities and the ability to generate a long tail of revenue. Basically, the Fortnite model of microtransactions fueled content drops. Bloomberg sources claim that the Crazy Taxi reboot has been in development for over a year and that Sega aims to release it within the next 2 or 3 years. It and Jet Set Radio are allegedly 2 of 4 planned super games, with a third apparently being a first-person shooter that aims to generate $780 million over its lifetime.
Jesus.
Both Crazy Taxi and Jet Set Radio date back to the Dreamcast, and so it seems as if nostalgia may be part of Sega's plan here, should the games be a reality. And even if both are in active development, Bloomberg sources state that they are both in early stages and could still be canceled. Back in the day, we gave Crazy Taxi a review score of 9.6, stating, "Playing Crazy Taxi not only reminded me of why I love games, but why I believe Sega has some of the most talented designers and developers in the history of gaming." The original Jet Set Radio took home an identical score, with our review stating, "This is the type of game that makes me proud to be a Dreamcast owner. It has everything you'd expect out of a AAA product, and it has it in spades. Both games have gone on to be cult classics, but Sega will no doubt want more than small success if these online reboots are part of its plans." Okay, gentlemen. First of all, just general thoughts, Chris. What do you think about this? General thoughts. Are you excited?
So Jet Set Radio, I played maybe once or twice. But Crazy Taxi, I enjoyed a lot, especially the I played the Simpsons one a lot. Did you guys play that one?
Oh,
That's hit
yeah.
and run, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So,
Which is pretty much a direct
It's the
ripoff.
same. Yeah, it's the same.
it's the
concept.
same. It's the same concept. So that was like a big thing in that time, and I had a lot of fun with it. I'm excited more for Crazy Taxi, but Jet Set Radio, if it's the same game, like the one on the screen, I don't think it's gonna be one of those things where I don't think a lot of people are gonna want to play. Like they're gonna play and they're gonna be like, "Oh, this is not what it's not what I remembered." In a way,
Now, keep in mind that they're supposedly big budget reboots, so I think they're going to completely overhaul
Redo it.
everything, make bigger worlds, but still keep it familiar to those who are fans of the game.
was Jet Set Radio multiplayer?
It was
Oh,
not.
okay.
but
That'd be cool,
anything can
though.
become multiplayer
Yeah,
now.
skating with your
So
friends and stuff. That'd be dope.
since we're on there, Sega says that they want it to be like Fortnite and make money, have microtransactions and all that. But do you think that's something that will get out of hand quickly? And what kind of stuff are you expecting? Say for Crazy Taxi, right? Do you think they're gonna add different skins for cars? Or
I think it'll be like
characters?
Rocket League, where we have a whole bunch of different skins and you have to buy the packs and all this other
I
stuff.
also think it'd be easier in Crazy Taxi than it would be in Jet Set Radio.
Yeah.
Just because you can design the car, you can have like different, like you can, if you can take the Fortnite model and just have the taxi become a bunch of famous cars in like ever. So you can have like, the DeLorean, if you get like copyrights, you can get like, pretty much the Batmobile, anything like, you can figure out. For Jet Set Radio, I think it'd be a little bit harder just because like you would do costumes and stuff like that. But like, I don't know how many people are going to be like, okay, maybe some famous skaters or something like that. Like, but I don't think Jet Set Radio's feel would be the same for it. I think you definitely would get more success from Crazy Taxi. I think also it would be interesting because Crazy Taxi, you could definitely have more ad revenue because of that world itself. And I think that would work for Jet Set Radio because you could put ads and stuff like that, which Xbox has already been talking about.
So speaking of Crazy Taxi, and with this video in the background, leads to my other question. We'll start with you here.
Yeah.
Is Crazy Taxi without its iconic intro and other songs?
No.
So
It needs everything. Like, here's the thing. Crazy Taxi came out, though both of these games, which I will say came out at the right time because we hadn't had games like them before. Like when these games came out, and if you guys remember, one of my first videos when I was talking about Dreamcast, Jet Set Radio was in that video with one of my favorite games from that console because like the thing is we had never played a game like that, like a game where you were doing graffiti, you were skating, you were like doing like tricks and all that stuff, and then getting points and doing all this stuff, like, and the world looked so beautiful, like just that crazy art style. And then a game like Crazy Taxi was the same way because we had that game, and it was something that was exclusive to Dreamcast, and it was only something you could play like if you were at the arcades. So when it came back, like when it came to consoles and homes, like everyone was playing this game because it was something you never played before, and it was so unique. So yes, it needs all of that stuff. It needs all the returning characters.
would you play if it didn't have the theme song, the music you know and love?
I feel like, you see, with Sega, I feel like Sega is going to be smart with this nostalgia. Like they won't something iconic as far as like the beginning. Maybe they'll have some new songs. I can't see them pulling songs away. Like, or like, making maybe make it a rework so that it sounds a little bit like cleaner and stuff like that. But for them to take away their music, I just don't see Sega doing that because I feel like they're trying to cater to that nostalgic audience because they want that to be their base, and then expand that to the newer fans and stuff like that. So I think they'll please the fan base. They know who are going to go out and buy it, and then be like, here you go. So I think we're good with that.
So I know this might sound like a crazy question, but you have played Crazy Taxi, right?
Yes.
Okay. Just making sure because I know some people haven't played some of these popular games.
Yeah.
Do you guys consider this to be one of Dreamcast's
A flagship.
console seller?
Yeah.
You
It was
think
a
people
flagship.
bought this game because
Mhm.
Okay, that's fine.
Because
Yeah,
the
'cause it
thing
was-
is, like I said, that you could only play this game in arcades, and there was a bunch of people who would have stories like, "Oh, I played Crazy Taxi," like in the thing. And I think that was one of the things that Dreamcast did really well was a lot of the games that were on arcades that you could only play on arcades were also came to Dreamcast. So like Marvel vs. Capcom was a good example. Also, Marvel vs. Capcom 2, like you could only play that in arcade, and then when Dreamcast came out, you could play it there. Crazy Taxi,
Power Stone was a big one
Power
too.
Stone,
Power
another
Stone.
one. So,
I would like to see that game again.
that was the other game that was on my
Yeah,
favorite.
yeah, that's a really cool game.
So Chris,
Yeah.
they remake Crazy Taxi. What do you envision it looking like? Do you think GTA Online with other players trying to get higher scores and do challenges?
I think it needs to still be like cartoony. That's what I would want.
So
like,
art style
Updated,
cartoony.
updated graphics.
yeah, updated graphics.
I'm talking about like gameplay wise.
gameplay.
Is it just like this where it's just you in the world, or is it GTA style where there's other people trying to get more fares than you and trying to do complete
I think-
challenges?
I think there will be a mode that you can you can play with other people, and maybe start off at the same time and see like who can get the
Most
most
money.
in a certain amount of time, which I would love.
Yeah, yeah.
That'd be an ideal.
Would you take collisions though?
Yes, because all I think about whenever I thought about this game, and I'm thinking like multiplayer, was you might not remember this. We played it was me, you, and Sean, and we played the beta for Ghost Recon,
Okay.
and
Remember?
me and you stuck together.
Uh-huh.
We got in a car.
Yeah.
Sean was on the other side of the map doing
Yeah.
his own thing.
Like
And
you
we're
normally would.
running away with a whole military on our ass, like
Yeah.
driving away. And Sean, we at some point we just met up,
Yeah.
and and instead of Sean going right, like I went left, he went right,
Yeah.
and we smacked into each other, and it was the funniest moment we've ever had. We were like, Alan was complaining, he's like, "See, Sean, that's why you need to stop going," and I'm crying.
Yeah.
And so that's what I can see that happening. Is just like, oh my god, like I'm about to catch up to Yendi. I could
Yeah.
totally see me and Yendi going at it, and him sideswiping me last
Yeah.
second. If he's like $1 ahead, he's totally coming for me.
Now-
So it'd be a lot of fun.
Map size, what are we talking about? You think GTA size? Are you thinking
That's a tall order.
A
To
small-
ask for like
if we're
GTA
gonna have PvP, right?
I'm gonna
The
say
map
levels. They have to have levels.
levels.
We get, but in this world, like when's the last game you had played that had a level?
That's true. So it's you against somebody else on a level.
Yeah, like a stage. Like you have a stage, but
So
like I said, I don't think a lot of
It'd
people.
be limited then to like
Yeah,
maybe
then it
four
wouldn't be as
people.
open world.
Yeah.
I think they want to make it to a point where if you do choose that mode, you would, okay, I'm going to start PvP taxi mode, and then you would all either start in the same location, and then or you all would have the same timer, and then go from there. Because I feel like they would still have to have you at a starting point,
Mhm.
because that's where you guys would have to start. So like something kind of like GTA where they did with their races.
Yep.
Where like you're like, oh, you have to go to this location in order to race, and then you go, or something like Forza Horizon, like you do something like Forza Horizon, but like obviously more in a city level,
Yeah.
and then you be like, hey, start your race here or start your cab fares here. You do that, you drive against people, you do how many ever people, whoever wins, and then you keep
We'll
going.
see, because like I
And
said, I
still
gotta
have a
keep
single
it.
player.
I would want them to keep it more arcade like, because we don't have games like that anymore. And then also, I feel like they would go that route because they would want this would be a fun Switch game,
Yeah.
in my opinion. But unless they brought back the old one and put it in the Switch stores for like
Oh,
$4
you know,
or something like
you
that.
know,
But yeah,
we can't trust
Nice.
Nintendo to do
So-
anything, right?
What is your
What?
vision of the world? What is your vision of the gameplay?
I think, like I said, I think you do. Actually, now that I say it, Forza Horizons just like pops in my head, and I think it's the perfect,
Yep.
the perfect game style for it, because you'll have your character. This also makes it to where you can upgrade your taxi. You can have different skins for your taxi. Like you're able to obtain these different colors and decals and all that stuff, and you can do that in single player. And then anytime you want to race for a fare or race to whoever gets the most fares or whoever gets the most money, I think you just drive up to a location and then you say, do I want multiplayer on? Turn it on, and then you do that race. So I think that'd be cool. So
Okay.
yeah, what's going on back here?
I don't know what
Yeah,
just happened.
but-
because it connected to Yendi's
Oh,
thing
okay.
and it turned up the volume on.
Way to go,
Okay.
Yendel. We're
That's
we're
weird.
doing great here, guys.
Yeah,
We're doing
right?
great.
But
yeah, that's what I would say.
Do you think Crazy Taxi will have a battle royale mode?
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, you could do it. Like
And
I
I'd
said,
look
have
like?
fun with it.
What would
I
it look
never
like?
played.
collision based. Or
You played the
fair?
Forza
yeah,
one.
the Forza one.
Yeah,
It'd
I
be
played
like
that one
that.
too.
So,
That was fun.
so yeah, you do
You
it.
played
you
it
could do
also?
like that.
Mhm.
I didn't try it. I gotta try it.
Forza 4 or 5 though.
Well, yeah,
Long time
Horizon.
ago.
Oh no, Horizon. has-
Horizon has one, and you essentially, You go and you do like racing, or you can do you can. I can see them. Why not? I mean, who's not talking about having a battle royale mode? I mean, even Halo
So
is on that gist. So
this is for both of you. They said microtransactions, Fortnite style. What will kill this game? How far is too far?
listen, like I say with microtransactions, it is on you if you want them or not. As long as they don't affect the gameplay and it's not a paywall in order to get certain things that make me progress in the game, I don't care about microtransactions because I don't have to pay for them.
Yeah, man. Who pays for in-game
And
add-ons anyway?
I don't
Listen,
like
I'm-
Valorant and stuff. I
yeah,
would
see,
never.
that
Never.
Again, that's your choice though. Like, and I'm not here to tell you that.
I wasted my money.
And I'm not here to say like I have it. Like I've spent probably way more
So
on league skins than the game is worth. So,
What about Apex? Apex, you don't have money in that?
oh yeah, I do.
Oh, sure.
But
Yeah.
but-
Everybody here has
yeah,
money in
no,
some
for
game.
sure.
Sure,
Apex,
yeah.
I got a good amount, but Apex also like I had coins and stuff like that. So,
So
don't have
I
a
guess
problem,
what I
though.
mean is,
but I know I can buy it though. That's my thing. As
Yeah,
long
yeah.
as it doesn't affect my gameplay,
yeah.
I don't care for microtransactions.
What I mean is, we know Crazy Taxi, like we saw in the video, right? You
Yeah.
drive around the world, the music and all that stuff. At what point will microtransactions, skins, and stuff like that change the game so much that it's no longer a Crazy Taxi? At what point will these younger generation kids stop playing the normal Crazy Taxi mode and play something else like the Battle Royale? Is it then Crazy Taxi, or is it just then another arcade?
I mean, it's a different iteration of the game, right? Because I feel like you have to, no matter what, like what we say, most game companies have to cater to what's going to make them the money, right? And if they feel like, putting all these skins in the game is something that they want so that they can make this game popular, because we can say that we don't want microtransactions and that's not helping them pay for the game. You know what I mean? So I don't think it would take much, as long as I think you would have to be smart. And I really, really feel now that I said it out loud that the Forza Horizon model would be perfect, because I feel like it would just work with how the game, like how you could drive around the game and you can buy whatever you need to buy. And then someone else, if they want to buy every single skin in the game, they can. And I think if you keep that model, you can keep it isolated enough to where you don't feel like it's veering off, like you said, where there's just too much crap you're
So,
seeing.
The thing that got me thinking about that is how now, Call of Duty, Warzone,
I don't.
and
I haven't played
Vanguard,
it in a
right?
year.
Set of World War II.
Also, I just want to point out for Vanguard, I've been doing a great job.
Nice.
All right,
Now,
didn't play it.
going
I've
off
not
of
played
that-
that game.
going
Anyway.
off of that, right? Vanguard set in 1930s, 40s, whatever. Snoop Dogg is now in the game, right? Snoop Dogg is in the game. I don't know if you
Well,
guys.
this isn't the first time though.
I don't know. I don't know
Okay.
if you guys have seen his skin
Yes.
and the
It's a
weapon
pimp suit.
skin.
Yes.
What the fuck is going on?
Listen.
Right? Like when you eventually see that in Crazy Taxi Online, the new live service game, when are you gonna be like, okay, this is
No,
not
but
Crazy
see,
Taxi would be that's the
perfect.
place for it
Exactly.
because
That's
it's,
true.
it's a
That is
gimmick.
true.
The whole
Yeah,
game
the
is
game
a
is a
gimmick.
gimmick.
So what I'm asking, I mean, I guess it only bothers me that Call of Duty has Snoop Dogg in it.
Call
Not
of-
because I don't like Snoop Dogg, because it doesn't make any fucking sense.
Well,
That's the
they
thing,
do it
though.
at the tail end. I mean, they unfortunately it's doing it all throughout because everyone wants to compete with Fortnite.
Right.
Call of Duty
course.
used to have it like at the last 2-3 months of the game. That's when they started adding the crazy stuff because it's like let's just throw all this crap
get
in
more
there
money,
because
yeah.
it's the end and it's gonna be funny. Blah blah blah. We'll send the game off
Yeah.
and then we go to the
Well,
next.
yeah,
one.
Warzone has just gone on longer than it should have. That's
Oh,
what
for
happened.
sure.
And then
Yeah.
Warzone 2, we'll see what happens
know-
with that because that's gonna be.
It's going to be the same crap.
Speaking about this, I feel like we should have a discussion talking about what changes need to be made to a game for it to no longer have its original identity. That's something I think we need to talk about.
I
with
mean,
this.
yeah, you could. I mean, a perfect example would be Warzone. Like
Yeah.
the fact that
When it first started,
it
I
was
was like, "Oh my god, this is Battlefield," pretty
yeah,
much, and it was
perfect.
great. It was
and
great.
then it changed its identity by it started adding like you said, Fortnite stuff. But you see, and the difference with it is that wasn't an expectation for Warzone, which then made it change the identity of Warzone. Then
So
they,
I
yeah.
think what happens with every game that becomes live service is eventually they stop running out of ideas that relate to the game. Destiny's doing it. Destiny's getting to a point now where like, what the fuck? What are these things that you are adding in here? They don't belong to this universe at all. And I feel like every game will have that roadblock where they're like, oh shoot, now what? Like we're gonna have to start using some random stuff pulled from other games. Bungie pulled from Halo for their 30th anniversary thing. They had the
Well, I mean,
the sword, they had the mag. Yeah, still. I mean, that's a whole completely different universe. Kind of like Snoop
I
Dogg.
will say
being
I do
fucking
like
World War
I do
II.
like Halo's idea of it. Whenever we thought that they were gonna change like the crazy armor and stuff like that,
That's yet to come.
I know, but
guarantee-
right now it's
Well,
holographic
I mean,
and it's
Yeah.
just kind of cool, like the mohawk.
Yeah,
It's like
yeah.
it's a hologram over the helmet.
Halo
I'm like, okay,
is
that's
having
cool.
an issue where
Yeah.
it's just not releasing.
Halo
enough
will
of
eventually
anything.
be like that. We're gonna see some crazy ass Spartan skins and armor, and be like, "Are we a Spartan anymore? Or are we just some
Well,
whatever?"
listen.
You know where I'm getting with it.
We're gonna get a Twisted Metal warhog.
If
We're gonna get him showing his faces.
if you are watching this later on YouTube, leave a comment down below. At what point does a game lose its original identity? What needs to change for it to become something else? For example, let's say Halo. What will Halo need to do for it to change its identity? Will it be skins on the Spartans that no longer look like Spartans? Will it be no BR? Will it be I
Oh,
don't know?
boy.
Will it be unrealistic maps? Just let us know in the comments.
Speaking real quick, there are I don't know if it's confirmed yet, but the Halo BR
Well, yeah, now they're
Battle
panicking.
Royale is starting to.
Well, yeah,
be on
because
the
Oh
they're
yeah, the
panicking.
rumors. Yes.
Yep.
Because
Right.
they've I mean, Halo. We talked about this in our group chat, but Halo had an issue where it's gone too long.
Well, it had a great
without updating.
start, and then they left.
Yeah,
They
They
did.
and
just
then they left it
it's
out
like
to dry.
where are you guys?
Yeah.
And it's
They left it
Yeah.
out to dry.
If you
Unfortunately,
remember, they had a little head start with their multiplayer, and I wonder if that threw off their seasons. Right? Remember how it was a surprise release?
But then I feel like you should have had even if you did that, I feel like the amount of time that they've waited for season 2 has been longer than it should have been.
You also got to think we are insatiable. The gamers, we want new stuff all the time.
Because we have access to
unrealistically,
new stuff.
yes.
But
But it's unrealistic. What they should do, and I think
I think Halo's issue is the lack of communication, though.
yes, 100%.
I don't think it's the fact that they because I think if they were like, listen, guys, and the lack of transparency after you've been fully transparent with that audience,
Yeah.
you're like, hey guys, we really want to make this game work for you guys. We really want this to be something you guys come back to playing. And then it went radio silent, right when they dropped that the big team battles and all that. After that, everything went quiet.
And
Like,
I think it still has a chance to come back because with Halo, people will come back.
they're losing a lot
and
of Steam.
When Forge pops in, that is so. This is my idea, right? Which they're not going to follow. Forge comes in. That's going to be a time for those creators to come back. People are going to come back, start messing around in Forge to see what they can do. If Forge is successful, they have that audience, a little bit of that audience back. That's the time to implement all that new stuff, and then people will start coming in. We also have the dad joke in here. So
here we
Yendi-
go. Hi.
Yendi, you can read.
Anna Maria 410 says, "Why don't Spartans like waking up early?" Why, Anna Maria 410? Why don't Spartans like waking up early? Because Dawn is tough on the grease. It's tough on grease.
Where did she get Spartan?
She's been listening and watching to it
I
talking
think
about
she heard
Spartans.
Spartans and said, "I got
Yep.
one."
because that's good. That's good. Thank you. Thank you for joining us this week. And next time you can call in. Remember.
Yeah, you
That's
can
too
call
late
in
now, I think,
Yeah,
but,
you could call in on the live.
Thank you. Thank you for that.
Yeah.
Now, speaking back onto the communication thing on Halo, I have a little bit of experience actually because, on the product side with
Mhm.
my job now, like we just released a mouse. People are asking a whole bunch of different questions like, hey, how come blah, 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 blah. You can't say anything because we're working on things behind the scenes.
Mhm.
We're working on improvements. We're working on all this and that. And we want to tell them. We want to. But if we tell them with how often things change,
Yeah.
right, it would just set us up for failure and they would be even more pissed at us. And I feel like that's the reason, or I feel like that's what's happening with a lot of these game
Yeah.
companies. They have all these grand ideas,
Mhm.
but it takes time to develop it.
Absolutely.
But
Right.
the problem with Halo right now is because I follow that competitive scene. I do plan on going to that tournament in Orlando and watching it. But this game had such hype going in, and it did have a strong start.
Mhm.
We
It
were
did.
not upset. Me and you were
Yeah.
addicted.
Oh yeah.
We were full on in doing ranked everything. And the fact that they're not communicating, and now they have the audience, like Halo tournaments has gone, they used to be, what was it? But in Halo 5 and everything like that, it died off so much that the Halo tournaments were kind of hidden. They were
Yeah.
just playing online and stuff like that. Now they put money, these companies, organizations have put money into it because they're like, hey, this is a good esports game. Let's get support. And they're not saying anything to anybody.
Yeah.
There's no updates frequently at all.
Yep.
What was it? I don't think we've seen an update since the beginning.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Since that big team battle one, like when they added the game type, like some of the game, like they have not made an update. And like I said, I think the issue with Halo is just, it's not even, I don't feel like you have to tell us like everything. I don't feel like we need to know everything, which I never feel like, oh, here's every single plan we have. But I feel like the lack of just saying, like the lack of communication also in just the sense of like, hey guys, we're working on this, or like we're not working on it, like, but we'll have a new game type for you soon, or something like that, or some kind of solid date. It ends up, the thing is now we're spoiled as gamers.
Mhm.
We have way too much to play now. So like if you don't capture that window, that's why I disagree on the people will come back. If you don't capture on that window, which they had, it's so hard for people to come back to those games.
Battlefield
Like,
2042 is an
exactly.
example. Yeah.
Like it's so hard for people to be like, oh, let me give them another try. I mean, we've seen it with games that have killer hype. Like personally, like I said,
To-
Cyberpunk.
To counter that, though, a great example of that not being the case is Fortnite. Fortnite
Right.
came out before the BR.
Yeah, but it
We
was
all
And
added-
then
stopped.
they added a BR.
yes,
it'd
but
be
they
the same
changed their game
situation.
type though completely.
Yeah, and Halo would completely change their game.
I
type
think
too.
with
No, they would be adding a new
Right.
game type, but I don't think Forge would be enough for that though.
I
think
think so.
so,
If
yeah.
if they do it correctly and they're able to let those creators build something big, then awesome.
Uh-huh.
It's going to do great. If it is very limited, it will flop, and
But
and then people will
What
just
I
continue
will
to leave.
agree with you on is that their social media presence is
It's
not good.
non-existent.
No,
There's only so many times that you can say we're working on something.
Yeah,
Roadmaps change. Things
studios change,
doing
decisions change.
something they're
all
working
that.
on
also-
now can be pushed back 3 months and then shoot.
yeah.
What we said earlier is now no longer true. People are pissed now. It's just
But also they seem like the type of company that are like, they take in all our, I feel like they're taking in all the problems and they want to do one giant update where like, so they're too slow on the updates, and then for me Call of Duty is a little bit too quick on updates because they push them out very fast, but it always ends up breaking something else. So for me with Halo, I just wish they would, I mean, people would complain about the weapon tuning and stuff like that. Like the Magnum or the Mangler was a big deal and competitive. All those pros, they're like, hey, this needs to be out because this is not going to work. Like this is not, we're not putting on a show. And then they end up doing GAs, which is, for those of you who don't know, gentleman agreements where the teams go in and they're like, hey, we agree that we will not use a Mangler for this round. And then people are just like, what's going on? Why aren't they using these weapons and stuff like that? So it's just one of those things where I wish they need to get on top of at least weapon tuning and stop waiting for these giant giant files to push out.
Yeah, and like I said, for me, I just think it's just the complete lack. And this is what happened to World of Warcraft, the latest expansion. Everyone came in hot. They were like, "Oh, this is good," and then they waited the longest they've ever waited to drop the 8.1 version of the thing, and lost literally half their subscribers. And I feel like once you do that, even if you turn out where that thing is good, it's gone. Like that momentum that you had, that the people that you brought back in, it's all gone. So
You keep turning it up. What are you doing?
so I think but that's how I feel. So we'll see though.
You're killing me.
Only time will tell. Okay.
sorry. I was trying to mute it here.
God.
It was delayed every time you. Anyways, How the hell did we get on Halo?
I don't
Anyways,
know.
that's not even a
I
topic.
don't know, but oh well.
know.
That's the
Yeah,
good
we
thing
just
about
went on-
live shows is
Yeah,
that we
went
can
on a
just
tangent.
we can go on tangents.
How do we get there?
Which,
Because
by the way, you can
Was it
catch me.
microtransactions?
Microtransactions.
Yeah, there
You
we
can
go.
catch me streaming Halo on May 3rd. I will be back for those 2 maps.
Yep.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
there you go.
He'll be on the
I might too. And new game mode. Last Man Standing. Right? This is called. Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah. They have like a little battle royale type circle that closes in.
That's
Oh,
the
so
test.
that's the
Yeah.
test. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
the test.
Yeah, that's what people are saying too.
That's the test.
Well, now that we talked about that, what?
The funny bone is not so funny.
Hey man, you knocking my statues over there?
Oh, I'm hurt.
So,
I'm pain.
Notice how you didn't knock over One Punch Man. You can't see him, but he's right behind you. He's standing strong.
we didn't really talk much about Jet Set Radio. Have you guys played it?
I played it.
Yeah.
That's one of
played
my
it?
favorite
I
games.
don't remember a lot of it.
So,
Bree's excited.
I
Bree
played
loves that game.
Jet Set Radio Future, which was the one that came out after, and I think I played it on the
Xbox.
original Xbox.
Mhm.
And that was one of those weird games where I'm like, this is the strangest thing I've ever seen. But the gameplay was really fun and engaging,
Fast
and
pace.
going over
Yeah.
skating over
Railings.
everything, doing tricks, painting.
Mhm.
It was a lot of fun, surprisingly. A very weird game, very Japanese game at the time. I think it
That's
was
what I'm
probably
saying. Super unique
Yeah.
at the time when it came
Uh,
out. Even
I would-
then.
For me personally, I would love to see a huge open world like Sunset Overdrive.
Oh my
Right?
gosh.
That seems like the
Listen.
type of world that game would have.
Still have yet to
Sunset Overdrive is one of the games that I played that, oh man. That game, it's on Game Pass and it's
Is it still?
Yeah. It's
I'm gonna jump back
Insomniac's
into
only
that.
game that was made on it was made on Xbox.
That's
so,
right. Exclusive, right?
Exclusive.
There's a lot of Xbox exclusive I haven't played yet. All right.
But that game style would work perfectly for Jet Set Radio.
Yep. All right, moving on to story number dos. That means two in Spanish. Where's the link here? This is. This is over at Polygon by Michael McWhorter. Somehow, Amy Hennig has returned to Star Wars. Lucasfilm Games and Skydance New Media announced new cinematic action-adventure game in Star Wars universe. A new Star Wars game is in development at Skydance New Media, the interactive studio founded in 2019 by game director Amy Hennig. Lucasfilm Games and Skydance announced Tuesday. It's a return to Star Wars franchise for Hennig, who had previously worked with the franchise at EA's Visceral Games on an ambitious but ultimately canceled project set in a galaxy far, far away. Skydance New Media describes its Untitled Star Wars project as a, quote, richly cinematic action-adventure game featuring an original story, but did not reveal specifics. No title, no release date, or platforms were announced. Quote, I've often described how seeing Star Wars in 1977 essentially rewired my 12-year-old brain, shaping my creative life and future indelibly. Hennig said in a news release, quote, I'm elated to be working with Lucasfilm Games again to tell interactive stories in this galaxy that I love. Hennig co-founded Skydance New Media, a division of the production company best known for its work in films and television. We have a visitor. Films and television. According Skydance New Media announced its first project, an untitled Marvel game, last fall. Hennig and team described that project as a narrative-driven blockbuster action-adventure game featuring a completely original story and take on the Marvel Universe. I don't know what that had to do with anything of the story, but...
I think it's just talking about her.
Okay. Hennig's Untitled Star Wars game joins at least 5 others in development with Lucasfilm Games. These projects include Quantic Dream's Star Wars Eclipse, an open-world Star Wars adventure from Ubisoft, Massive Entertainment, and 3 games from Respawn Entertainment, a sequel to Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, a new first-person shooter, and a strategy game co-developed with Bit Reactor, a studio founded by former XCOM developers. Okay, gents. We know that the last game that she was doing while she was still under EA was canceled. I think the code name for that was Vagabond. No, not Vagabond. Anyways, it doesn't matter. It was canceled. Now she left EA. She's with she made her own company. What do you think this game is going to be like? It sounds a lot like Fallen Order, but maybe more Uncharted style, maybe?
I feel like sounds more like a Telltale game when you like.
They already have that in the making.
Yeah, but
It's not Telltale, but I feel like, I mean, what I want is instead of having a Jedi, I would love a smuggler's game.
Well, I mean, any original story, I'm here for, because I feel like that is what Star Wars needs. I've always been a big person and believer in that. When you have the Star Wars movies and you make them about the Skywalkers, you limit the forever ending galaxy that you have. So I feel like, and I know there were some people who didn't like Fallen Order.
Really?
Yeah, I do know some people who didn't like that, I mean, hey, whatever. But I feel like when you have new stories like Fallen Order and you have, like, sprinkles of Star Wars to make them sure that it's in that universe, I think it's way better. I think even in media, it works that way, because Mandalorian's the same way. New character, some familiar faces, but pretty much everything is new. So I feel like they're seeing the success of that and then saying, oh, you wanted to create this original story, like, go ahead and do it. You don't have to incorporate any of the Star Wars characters. You can use a few maybe, but if this is a new story for you, use it. And then, like you said, there's so many things you could do. Smugglers. There's, like, what I mean? You can just do anything. You can do bounty hunters. You can do anything you want.
That's what I really want, is another Bounty Hunters game, because that Boba Fett game,
Boba
Fett, Jango Fett game, Bounty Hunter, I've beaten probably 3 or 4 times, and I absolutely love that game a lot.
If you look at the games that succeeded at Star Wars, they've all been games that had original stories. Like Knights of the Old Republic, original. Like, it's not really a story that's written down. What's that game? Force Unleashed, brand new story. Like, yes, you had Vader's, like, it was Vader's apprentice, but at the end of the day, it was still a story we've never seen before. And you had some sprinkles of the new characters. Fallen Order, same thing. Like, you having those new stories, and I think the game, it could be like an Uncharted. I don't know how. I would like to see, and I feel like that obviously works perfectly for smugglers, though. Right?
Yeah,
like,
if she makes a smugglers game, it's like, it's paced right there for her. She's like,
if she wants
this is an area that I'm used to, and I can do this. And that'd be dope. It'd be so cool to see.
So I think that there's definitely some success that can come from this. I think EA now sees that, especially after Fallen Order came out, where they're like, oh, he didn't even need too many of the original characters, which makes it easier on licensing. You don't have to do like facial like, you don't have to do, even though you have like the rights to it, but you don't have to spend extra money on people complaining about you not using, certain people's voices or whatever the case may be. So I think it can work out. I think the game could be something special if they give her the freedom to work on the game the way that she wants to.
Okay. So do you guys think it'll be Uncharted style because of her lineage?
It'll have some elements of it. Yeah.
They usually go back to what they know.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's successful. It's not like it's like any of us disliked any of the Uncharted. I just feel like
Amy's track record has been spotless so far with the games she's been a part of. Do you guys think this game will be a success based on the little information we have now, just because of her reputation?
Yes.
I think so, and I do think it's going to be. I think it'll be more Uncharted related, because now I think about it, she did Jack and Daxter. She really likes like precursor treasure artifact kind of things, and I think that's what it'll. And this is a perfect realm for it, because nobody knows a lot about Jedi, the Jedi temples and the Sith temples and stuff like that. It'll be cool to go and visit. So if she does pick a Jedi Knight or a Sith Lord or whatever, you have that exploration to go into. Whatever she's gonna do, I'm in. Whatever Star Wars game comes out in general, I'm gonna be in. I'm actually for the people that have Oculuses or any VR set, there's a Kickstarter for this group that's been recreating Jedi Academy in VR, and they're doing a great job. If you like, I think the Kickstarter is like, if you give them $4, you're able to play. Though you're able to play what they have now.
That's cool.
So, and it's really, really cool. I enjoy it a lot. It's awesome to see, and I'm glad so many people are doing it. I want Star Wars. I mean, I just bought the Legacy Saber for Cal. This game was fantastic for me. I love it, and yeah, man, I'm excited to see what what she does. Unfortunately, it's gonna be a long time, but I hope we get Star Wars
Month and
news
year
this, man.
when this game's gonna be released. Go.
Month and year.
We are in 2022.
I
They
will.
just announced it. They just announced it.
I'm gonna say 2026
Okay.
because I feel like
Fall, winter, spring.
fall. You do fall classics, a little fall.
Spring has been very
Well,
popular.
spring
for
has
game
been
releases
been
now,
big
so.
this year, but I think that was because of the next gen stuff. But if we have around that time, maybe another console, 2026.
You think so? 2026?
That sounds
Maybe.
about right. Yeah.
Maybe.
'cause
I'm not
these
sure.
consoles Came out very recent. Actually,
It's
no.
almost 2 years. About to be
2 years in
this
November.
year, Yeah. So
Yeah, man.
I mean, but I mean, I could see it, but I feel fall's a good one. I just feel like
not a lot of good releases in summer anymore.
no, because they know people like I think times have changed where people just
Yeah.
are not in the house anymore during the summer,
Mhm.
and especially now. But I think with that being said, I do think because we do have the next, we have 3 Respawn games coming out. I don't think you want to oversaturate, and she's gonna want to take her time. Amy's gonna want to take her time with it, make sure that it's. And that's the thing that I was gonna say. A lot of these creators, when they get their hands on Star Wars because it means so much to them, they take so much care of those games. So I think she's gonna have. If she's saying that Star Wars literally like rewired the way that she thinks, you know that she's gonna come with something ambitious, which I feel Star Wars needs. It needs ambition. It needs to be different. Like there needs to be different stories, especially for different people. So having that whole galaxy at your disposal and coming out with a good rejuvenated thing where you can just bring a new fan base into Star Wars is always a good thing. So I think 2026.
It's kind of weird. In my head, I have not played a bad Star Wars
What?
game, in my opinion.
Really?
I don't know about
Oh, wait. Never mind. Never mind. Battlefront.
Yeah.
The remakes, they messed up so bad.
Yeah. I mean, they messed up the
Two
game.
I enjoyed.
I enjoyed
Well,
the first and the second.
The first one I enjoyed later on after they got past the that was the thing that was littered with microtransactions of
Well, that
like
was
somebody
two.
could drop
Yeah.
$100, get the best gun, and they were
Exactly.
mowing down people. Everybody was doing it. And I was
That's
like,
the
oh, dude.
microtransactions I hate.
Yeah.
That, the first Battlefront, I was very surprised by. And Charles and I played the hell out of that because that multiplayer was so smooth. It was
Oh,
the
dude.
prettiest game I have ever seen.
Me and Sean played a lot of it. We played the where you had to protect your heroes.
Yeah.
So there was 3 heroes. We'd always play that, and I hated being the hero.
There was good
I
games.
was like, I don't want this.
Those games, like I said, their issues with those Battlefronts weren't that the games were bad. It was just
EA.
they had terrible
EA.
releases. And
Yeah.
then people were just like, because if you play Battlefront 2 right now, it's really good.
Oh yeah, I still play it every once in a while. I
It's
keep
really
down.
good.
I'd be
I
down
still
to play
haven't
that
downloaded
too,
it. Yeah.
actually.
I gotta play through. That's the only actually story I've never finished. I played the beginning and I never actually played through the story, which I might be visiting since I have the Steam Deck. I might just like mess around
It's
a little
pretty
bit.
good. I actually have the book to that also if you want to read it.
Yeah, I do. I love. I mean, you guys can't see it on camera, but right up here, I
Mhm.
got my Star Wars comics
Nerd.
up on the wall.
Nerd.
Nice.
I
Nerd.
live this. I mean, I'm not like. I mean, there's definitely
Right.
some very stronger fans out there, but
Speaking of stronger fans, Portal Writer says he wants to start Portal 3 because he's not
What a
getting any
transition.
younger. This is from Chris Scullion over at Video Games Chronicle. The co-writer of the Portal games has said he wants Valve to start work on a 3rd game in the series. Speaking on the Kiwi Talks podcast, Eric Wolpaw, who co-wrote Portal and Portal 2, as well as such titles as Psychonauts, Half-Life 2 Episode 1 and 2, Left 4 Dead, and Half-Life Alyx. Wow, big resume here. Ended the show by stating, "We gotta push start. We gotta start Portal 3. That's my message to whoever." He added, "I'm not getting any younger. We're reaching the point where it's crazy to think that we're literally going to be too old to work on Portal 3. So we should just do it." However, it just went away from the article. However, Wolpaw also theorized early in the podcast that it may not be easy to get a new Portal game off the ground, despite his history writing for Valve. When asked if he'd like to make a 3rd game, he replied, "Oh yeah, I would love to. I'd work on another Portal in a second, but I can't make it happen by myself." After it was pointed out that he must have some leverage at Valve, Wolpaw replied, "Oh, I could advocate for it. It might help a bit, but the problem is Valve has 300 employees, and I don't know exactly the breakdown. How many of them are on the production side versus Steam business side versus legal versus whatever. So there's a lot of opportunity cost to taking 75 people and trying to get a game made, as much as it may seem like Valve often is just a bunch of people sitting around sipping gin and tonics by a pool, everybody's working. They're working all the time. It's just you just don't always see the result. It doesn't always end up coming out, or it comes out years later. It gets turned into something else. So everybody is accounted for. I guess what I'm saying is people are all doing something. So you'd have almost you'd almost have to ask them, like it's like a revolution, and stir up a bunch of people to leave what they're currently working on and come work on something else. In this case, it would be Portal 3.
Real quick, tonight is this very special night.
Oh,
yeah, tonight, right now,
Yeah.
is a very special night because we got 2 jokes. It says,
oh, 2 jokes.
Oh,
yeah,
Oh,
Anna Maria says, "Hey, what color is the wind?" And also, Black Magic. I've never played Portal.
oh, wow.
You can download it right now for like $2 and beat it in.
Where did you say that?
I'm gonna say like 3 hours.
Are we gonna say the joke?
I'm waiting.
Yeah, she
Oh,
said
what color is the wind? Blue.
BLEU for podcast listeners.
But I picture
Thank you.
Valve sitting there, and he goes up and he's like, "I want to make Portal 3." And he's like, Portal. Yeah. What did you want to do? Make number 3? Yeah, I don't know what that word is.
Number 3.
They don't.
What
make
word? 3.
threes.
They
I've
never
never
make
heard of
3.
that.
Never make threes.
Never heard of that. But we can make a desk game. We'll make a desk game set in the Portal world. Okay, and it'll
Or
be
a hat- or-
specifically to run your Steam Deck and show you the power of the Steam Deck. Perfect. Let's do it.
Or a 0.1. Or a 0.1. But I mean, listen.
Actually, I would take a Portal 2.5. I mean, at this point, do a Square Enix on them.
Take a 2.5.
Remix.
Oh man,
some
speaking of
new
that,
multiplayer
Kingdom Hearts
levels?
4. I didn't even talk about that, but
This game can make or break friendships right here.
Which-
'cause-
yeah. Oh yeah. Well, you see, the thing is about Portal, right? Is Valve is in this weird space that. Do you guys genuinely think, like, without thinking like wanting the game, does Valve ever have to make another game?
No, they
No,
don't.
for sure.
They
For
don't.
sure they don't.
Valve does
They have no
never ever. So I can understand when you get approached with that and being like, do we need to do that? We're trying to get
So-
stuff like Steam Deck off the ground. We're trying to get like VR. But then the other side of me goes, but why can't we get the 3? Like,
Why do they have 300 employees?
Yeah,
What the hell are they doing?
Yes, so that's a good question because, like, what I mean, and again, we don't know, like, right? We don't know how what it takes to run the Steam store, how many changes we see in the background of Steam store changes, how many people are contacting Steam. Like, we don't know any of those stuff, right? So
It's
it's
gotta be
hard.
a cool company to work for, though, right?
Absolutely,
It
for
has
sure.
to be.
But I wonder, like, even with all that being said, though, like, I feel like Valve is just at that point where they're just like, do we want to take the chance to make people upset? Is it worth making people upset? We have this cult classic. People still go and buy both Portals, even to this day.
Mhm.
Like, we just had Black Magic say he didn't even play it. So, like, and then just think about how much there's never been a company that has made so much money off of one engine. I don't
Yeah,
think
right.
ever, because
Yeah.
all of these things, everything they've had is all original Half-Life.
What if, crazy idea here, probably will never happen. What if they are secretly making Half-Life 3, Portal 3, Team Fortress 3, and all those games, and they're going to release it all the same year?
The triple.
The triple.
The
Yeah.
triple box.
Been asking for 3.
Like the
Here's
orange
the
box.
3.
And then they
Yes.
just dropped the triple box.
Triple box for like 100 something, 150,
Yep.
60, whatever,
in.
200.
I mean,
That would break the internet,
it would.
right?
Especially if this was a secret release.
Yep.
Because, like, let's say you just open your Steam, like, you open Steam one day and it's just like Half-Life 3, Team Fortress 3, and then Portal 3. And then you open your Steam and that's the first thing that you see on your screen. What are you going to do? You're clicking buy.
I probably
Everyone's clicking
shed
buy.
a tear.
What? Uh-oh.
Yeah, she's going rampant in the
Yeah, man.
comments.
I don't make public appearances. Statistics say that out of 100 people out there, 99 will slap you, but 1 will. Get it? Will Smith? She will be making a guest appearance probably next week. Just be her telling jokes.
We've
the whole
got
time.
extra mics.
Also, I will say Valve. Okay, if there is another Portal and there's like a collector's edition, that is another statue I will get. I would love a statue of I forgot the two's name.
I always forget the names of them. Peabody and I always forget the other one. I
Yeah.
always forget.
But I would love that. Or the potato on the gun or something.
Yes.
That'd be cool. But anyway,
Yep.
I think the thing is that one fan, like Valve is at a point, like you said, they don't have to make another game, and they show it with they know people want another game, and it's like that I forgot the team's name that made Black Mesa, but they remade the first Half-Life, and Valve's like, yeah, go ahead,
Yeah, they don't.
because we're not gonna do it. Like,
They don't care.
so might as well. So but if they do make another Portal, I guarantee it won't be called Portal 3, and it'll either be a Steam Deck exclusive or a VR experience, kind of like Half-Life Alyx. Actually, I'm very shocked that we don't have a Portal thing in
Maybe that's
VR.
what's in the works.
I think the more realistic release that's coming from Valve is a new engine, for sure. That will be the base for different mods and different games that'll become the next generation of these.
Do they need to though?
No, but they could get a lot of money from it just
I
from
mean,
licensing. Just like
They could
Unreal
get a
is
lot
doing.
of money with anything that Valve releases. They can get a lot
But
of money with.
they have to keep up with Unreal 5 now. That's gonna be the big guy in the game.
It
So
is-
they would have to update their engine to.
I say that like I agree with you,
Mm.
but then I also look at the games that I'm playing, and none of them require Unreal 5.
That's true, not yet.
No, but I'm just saying. No, I mean like genuinely the games that I play, like just
Yeah.
like my whole library. When you think about think about like the games that you play, games like Tunic or games like I'm playing Chinatown
Well,
Detective.
you guys play all those side scrollers and like
Yeah, but that's what. But
I
those
play
a
3D
lot of
games all
people
the
play
time.
those though. More people, I'd say more people play those style games than those.
you should definitely, and I used to not play the side. I used to be like you, where I'm just like, if it ain't like freaking open world, flashy, all this other stuff, if I don't see the reflection on this building, I ain't playing it. And it's just something about these like indie games have changed so much, and you find there's so many great stories that these indie games are telling.
It's
And,
'cause of the care
it
of
makes
the
me
product.
emotional. Like I'm playing some of these games, and it gets me right in the feels, and I'm like, this is what I like. It's nice to take a step on the side, and then all these games, all of them have a meaning to it.
The
And
good-
it's great.
The thing about indie games that really get me is that you know the passion, because
Right.
like a lot of these people, this is a game they've probably worked on 15, like 10, 15, 20 years, and they're finally getting to release it to the masses. So you can feel the care when you play indie games,
Yeah, dude.
and I think that's why the stories are so good.
I cry. I actually, I teared up, and during the Game Awards when Among Us won,
Yeah,
and it was just seeing the team
yeah.
win that award, and they were like, they're all they're on a little couch in an apartment. They all have like their little earbuds in, and they have one person FaceTiming on the phone like this with the camera, and they couldn't believe it. They're like, oh my God, thank you. They were crying, and I was like, oh my God, this is so cool that these guys, these 4 or 5 people are friends, and they're like, we made this thing, and people love it. Like it's not a waste, and this is awesome. So yeah, it's nuts, man.
Sweet. Yeah. That will do it for this week's show. Tune in next week,
It
Tuesday.
flew by, huh?
Yeah.
It's been an hour,
Yeah.
Has it really?
So-
What's
an
that?
hour and 6 minutes.
Yeah, buddy.
Oh, jeez.
So yeah, thank you once again for joining us. Make sure you check out our YouTube and
Check out the link tree.
Instagram. Yeah, link tree. Look down.
which has all of it. TikTok.
Next
all that
week
good stuff.
you will have a different look here.
Ooh.
It'll be different from this. I got to do a few more little edits, and then yeah, you're gonna see LPF being visually, hopefully more cohesive. And I also have some plans in the work to get us to be bigger, to do more, and that's gonna require some help from outsiders and supporters here. I got big plans, big changes. I think that people will be surprised by too. I'm gonna be telling these guys hopefully next week. But until then, thank you guys for joining us. Make sure you check out our socials and all that. Follow, check out our YouTubes for our current content. Until then,
Real quick
Yeah.
before you end it.
Yeah.
Shout out Future Us in
Yes.
the LPF offices, and making great content for everybody else, and bringing in a team like you guys. That's why you guys need to start reaching out. Reach out. We want you guys on the show, man.
Oh my gosh.
Get on the bus. Get on the bus.
Also, guys, this week we do have Moon Knight and Halo. Check those out.
Yep,
Do we have
yep.
anything else?
No.
No movies?
No.
All right. Well,
I mean, we can if you want to.
I don't want to.
until next week, ladies and gentlemen. Last place fire team out.
Also, it's going to be an awkward second because I don't know if this button's going to stop it. So if it cuts here, then... Oh, no. Okay, what's that little button say right there? Does that say stop streaming?
That says stop streaming.
Wow.